And so the calm before the storm. A game this so engraved into sporting history. These two teams have squared up so many times before. It is a rivalry whose significance has never been diluted and never ever will be. All stemming from that simple dread at the very idea of losing each to the other. Everyone here is obliged to win. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So bring it on.
Yeah, well, I think it's going to be a game where the two key words are pride and courage, Peter. Pride in that you have to be prepared to fight for everything, and courage to be daring, to stand up and to commit yourself.
Things already rolling. And when these two meet, generally speaking, sparks fly. Another rendition of this never-ending feud. It will never lose its significance. Bellingham. Knocks it out wide. And it's Szoboszlai. Oh, that is a good ball to find him. And here's DiMarco. Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, Peter, the inclusion of this fella, Mickey van de Ven, is probably an indication that the boss wants to play out from the back. I mean, we all talk about how brilliant his recovery pace is when it comes to defending, but he's actually quite tasty on the ball too, particularly with his long-range passing, and he loves those diagonals at times, and he's one to watch out for.
I wonder whether that has anything to do with you being a defender once upon a time, Jim. And the counter is on. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Bellingham. Can he finish? Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
Bellingham deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Bellingham. Arsenal so far providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. For Szoboszlai. Bellingham. And here's Tuan. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out.
Tuan really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Looking for the run. Valverde. And here's Rafael Leao. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. He's having a shot! Goal! Arsenal! lead. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
And it's Valverde. Arsenal are benefiting from a lot of movement up front, are they not?
Yeah, and if you're looking to play people in with passes from midfield, you really need willing runners who aren't looking to just get to the defensive line, but to go beyond it.
Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, they can break here. This is good pressing, they're not short on bodies. And here's Tuan. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Szoboszlai. Bellingham. Could move up a gear here. A quick look, thought about cutting inside. And it's Tuan. Who's looking wide. "40 minutes gone, half-time closing in. Tuan was only too happy to help out in defence.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
Now that looks a decent ball, and that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Bellingham was alert to the possibilities, and the referee has signalled for half-time. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead, and that gives them something to build on after the break. How would you review the first half?
Arsenal really have looked very good in transition, so I'll be expecting more of the same in this second half. They just need to remain patient and just wait for that chance to break again.
Well, it's been a proper derby so far, no doubt about that. Intense and utterly captivating. Arsenal are in a pretty decent position after 45 minutes. 1-0 to the good. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. Arsenal leading courtesy of the game's only goal. And claimed it back swiftly. Decent chance! And no mistake. They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
Really tidily... Big chance! Goal! Arsenal! And they're back in front!
Yeah, a fantastic run and a fantastic pass to play him in. Both needed to be timed to perfection, and they were.
Arsenal with the lead. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Now it's Bellingham! It's in! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
Substitution for Arsenal, number 18.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides. Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Yeah, it's all happening now. There's been an upping of the intention and urgency, a real step up in possession and purpose now. If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Number 27, Morgan Rogers.
Arsenal have scored 2 quick goals here and are firmly in control at 3-1. Quarter of an hour into the second half. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Cucurella. Oh, easy pickings there. Arsenal perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Van de Ven. Aimed beyond the defence. Tuan wants to run onto this. Van de Ven.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Rice. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Van Dijk. Not getting too much time on the ball here, that is good pressing. Girassi might just make this. João Neves. And he's quick to return it. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Rogers. DiMarco. Strong running down that left flank. Getting up there! Oh, that pass isn't the best. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour.
Rogers really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Now it's Neves. And here's Turan. Arsenal can breathe again, just.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Brilliantly cut out. João Neves.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
João Neves. And here's Mbappe. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. And it's Neves. Lovely ball and a real chance now. Now that's well seen too. Van Dijk. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Now it's Mbappe. And here's great chance! It's a goal! Late drama, late goal! This will be one frantic ending! Unstoppable. Just how do they contain him?
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
Substitutions taking place.
Final checks on the touchline. A change about to occur. Chelsea give themselves a chance of a fairy tale finish.
Well, who's under pressure now? It's going to require some inspired defending to stop this lot. This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
He steps in, and that's the end of that. Rice.
3 minutes added time.
Fourth official showing that there will be 3 minutes of added time. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
That's at the end. What a game, what a show. Both sides robustly going about their business, and that is... So hello and welcome to everybody who has joined us for the build-up to this occasion of ultimate tribalism. And as you would expect, that build-up has been remarkable. They fight here not just for the pride of their manor, but in the ultimate show of one-upmanship. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So bring it on.
Yeah, well, I think it's going to be a game where the two key words are pride and courage, Peter. Pride in that you have to be prepared to fight for everything, and courage to be daring, to stand up and to commit yourself.
Things already rolling. This easily the most keenly anticipated of today's games. Another rendition of this never-ending feud. It will never lose its significance. And it's Neves. Now this is an adventurous run down that left-hand side. So Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
The great playmaker João Neves is very comfortable with the ball at his feet, Peter, and good at resisting pressure, protecting the ball. He's going to be key if the manager is asking his players to get the ball out of defence at that high tempo.
Yeah, he would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. And that's clear-cut. It's a free kick. Marco. Some good work on the right flank here. Van Dijk cuts it out. Hakimi. Arsenal appearing to have the better of things in these early exchanges. Now it's Tuan. João Neves.
Well, neither team has yet managed to impose any authority, and as a consequence, this game's just drifted.
Nice bit of trickery, and it's Rashford.
Rashford clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way.
And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai.
Arsenal really are a team that like to break lines.
Yeah, they love doing that, and it does work.
Yeah, plenty of balls in behind Peter, just needs to find the right run now.
Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. And it's Szoboszlai. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Szoboszlai really struggling to influence the game.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Just more than 15 minutes till half-time. Tchouaméni, Rashford. Tchouaméni. It's Bellingham. And he's being shifted off it. Oh, they can break here. Bellingham. And here's Tuan. Well read, and the danger is averted. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Bellingham touches it back. Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai running with the ball. João Neves. Now that's well seen too. And here's Tuan. Bellingham. Can he get it through? Either side giving way. It has been tight. And that's a good... Tuan! That was superb goalkeeping.
Tuan clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
They've played it short. And here's Soboslai. Shot could be on. He's had a shot! They've got to be quick to recover this. And he's in on... He's having a shot! Goal! Arsenal! Arsenal take the lead. What a delicious finish. That is immaculate.
Yeah, the touch before the finish is so often the critical part, and we've just seen an example.
So we have the first goal.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had in mind for the half-time team talks. One has got to tone it up now, and the other has to tone it down.
Aimed beyond the defence. He has a look up. Challenged just a bit on the firm side. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Chance for a shot! Oh, and that is really good tenacity. And this could be the final action of the first half. Soboslai plays it short. Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Arsenal leading by one at the break.
And things are looking good.
On the evidence of what we've seen, they're worth their lead. There was genuine intensity and purpose behind what they brought to the game. I think they'll want a strong start just after the break, though, to force the issue that bit more.
Well, the players definitely know they're in a derby. More of the same to come after the break, you can be sure of that. Arsenal are 1-0 up at half-time, and it's all to play for.
Substitutions taking place.
So we're underway for the second half.
Arsenal definitely want to carry on in a similar manner, although I would exercise some caution, Peter. You wouldn't want to leave yourself open in the early minutes trying to kill this off.
Cucurella gets into a good position. Cleared away. Oh, strongly challenged there. Spread it left. Van Dijk. Van de Ven. Time and again they are repelled. Tries to play. Tries a shot! Konate. Chouameni. Knocks it into space. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's Van Dijk. DiMarco. Still just a single goal between the sides. He's on it, can he get away?
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And it's Hakimi. Mbappe being hounded, manhandled at times.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind him up in the process, Peter.
Well timed, excellent interception. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Bellingham. Tuan. Great defending, strong and determined. Opts for safety. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, it's not looking good, Peter. You can't just stop playing once you've gone ahead. You're letting the opposition know that you can be got at.
And the shot! Bellingham! That is brilliant! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Arsenal are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Substitution for Arsenal. Number 18.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Number 7.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Number 22.
Well, it's a great time for them to keep the momentum going. I don't see any need to change the approach. Keep at it with the same intensity, and soon enough, they'll get another break.
On the field, number 21, Ferran Torres. Number
Squeeze it through. Ferran Torres powering forward here. That's really well manoeuvred. And it's Joao Palinha. Now it's Mbappe. Let's make sure that's not getting through.
Substitution.
Ferran Torres. Now it's Rice. Konate. And here's Osimhen. Ferran Torres is onto this. Tuameni. He's having a hit! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Eze actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Arsenal have their third corner. And now they can spring out of defence. Pedro Neto threads one in. Konate driving forward, and it's Eze. Pinches it off him, looking for options for movement. Nice bit of skill, and he's away. Great vision. Taken back almost at once. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There were just too many bodies in the way, Peter.
And it's made... Oh, shooting chance! He's got a goal! Back to within 1. Interesting. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
Chelsea cut their deficit and look raring to go again.
Well, I think they have...
And he shoots! And a neat finish! 2 ahead, late in the day, game over surely. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
So is that the decisive goal? Not much in the way of time remaining.
Well, that's a really bitter blow. I think it's going to be very hard for them to find the character to respond from that.
Closing in on goal. Rice. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Arsenal are chirpy, cheerful and contented. It was a comprehensive display. So here we go, yet another page in this long rivalry that has existed between two grand teams. One that looks as though it will continue no matter what else happens, no matter what the hand of fate deals both of these parties. It has the look of a glitzy, grandiose occasion. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So bring it on.
Yeah, well, I think it's going to be a game where the two key words are pride and courage, Peter. Pride in that you have to be prepared to fight for everything, and courage to be daring, to stand up and to commit yourself.
If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. There's a quick free kick. Szoboszlai. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
I don't think we've seen a dribbler as good as this guy, Vinicius Jr., in some time. His favourite move is to receive the ball in a wide position, attract defenders his way, where he can turn them and just leave them behind and have a clean run.
Tuan! Oh, special! That is a special goal! A finish right from the top draw. Arsenal take the lead. Chelsea are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Pedro Neto. Arsenal leading here thanks to that early goal. And the score is 1-0. Szoboszlai. Tuan. Tchouameni. Now Van de Ven. And it's Cucurella looking for the run. Hakimi.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
DiMarco. And it's Szoboszlai. He's found a way past. Arsenal very much in the ascendancy and with a goal to their name. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Szoboszlai. Arsenal are benefiting from a lot of movement up front, are they not?
Yeah, and if you're looking to play people in with passes from midfield, you really need willing runners who aren't looking to just get to the defensive line, but to go beyond it.
Now he's got space here. Van Dijk gets across to intercept that. Van de Ven. DiMarco. DiMarco getting forward. And here's Thuram. And it's Hakimi. Vinicius Junior. Szoboszlai. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Konate. Szoboszlai. Mbappe touches it back.
Just too much pressure. Had to go that way.
And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Turns back here, probably the best option. Van Dijk. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Szoboszlai. And it's DiMarco. Now, can they get him away? Szoboszlai, chance for a shot! And one more try! Oh, he's given that plenty, but no.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Szoboszlai goes short. Szoboszlai. Thuram. And now they can spring out of defence. Cucurella. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Thuram has given away a free kick.
Arsenal can certainly afford to see this half out now and reset during the break.
Van de Ven. Bellingham. Pedro Neto. And the pass is intercepted. And it's Szoboszlai. Bellingham. And here's Mbappe. Szoboszlai. And it's Van Dijk. And Konate. Oh no, this does not look good. He's got away. Oh, cracking ball.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Potw with the clearance. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, no question, that's a foul. And he's going to have his name taken. DiMarco. So, a temporary halt to the action. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Arsenal leading by one at the break.
That's the first 45, and we're
I
well
thought that
on
was a
top.
decent 45
Let's look
minutes of
forward to
football.
more to come
Plenty
in
of
the second
signs that
half.
both managers can take a lot of encouragement from. I would say the mood is neither overly negative nor positive. You still have to approach this like it's 0-0.
Well, the players definitely know they're in a derby. More of the same to come after the break, you can be sure of that. Arsenal looking solid, if not too much more at half-time. It's 1-0.
Substitution.
Down to business again. Arsenal leading courtesy of the game's only goal. That has found him in acres of space. Great defending, strong and determined. Now it's Rafael Leao. Looking to play him in.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
They've won a corner. Szoboszlai with the short one. And here's Szoboszlai. And the chances keep on coming. They're awarded another corner. It's their second corner of the game. So it's going to be another corner. Corner number 3 coming up. Arsenal are looking to go forward now. Now it's DiMarco. And it's been played through. He's shifting through the gears here. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Nice. Oh, what has happened here? Rafael Leao providing an outlet on that flank. Now, try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. That has not gone well. Mbappe being hunted in packs.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here.
Short changes him with that pass. And it's Tuan. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, Peter, if they're attempting to see out the game with such a narrow advantage, there's room for trouble. I just think they're sending out the wrong message. This could backfire.
Rafael Leao. Van Dijk. DiMarco. Van de Ven. Now that looks a decent ball. And it's Hakimi. Turan. Shoots!
Substitution for Arsenal.
Corner number 2 then.
Mbappe. Number 7, Tuan. Number 22, Bellingham. Number 8,
Rice plays it short.
Number 32, DiMarco.
Looking for options for movement.
Number 21,
And he's gone backward here.
Number
Rice.
20,
Oh, that's neat.
Number 10, Eze.
Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
Number 11, Nuno Mendes. Substitution
A
taking
sharp
place.
little ball here, and it's Soboslai. And here's Rashford. Oh, well played.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
They're coming again and again.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Hakimi tries to play it through. Shot a goal! It's run loose. Who's going to get there?
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Rafael Leao gets into a good position. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Tries to thread one through. He's found a way through. Pings it across. Not the most accurate pass. 1-0 as we head towards the end. Es tries a shot! Could have won it there and then. He knows that. Oh, he knows it.
Well, the keeper spared a few blushes here. Going 2 down at this stage would have made it an awful long way back.
Arsenal have their third corner. They've played it short. Rice. And here's Eze. He's picked his way through. Big chance! Nearly, but not quite.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
Szoboszlai. I think we're just about done here. He won't be happy with that one. He's through here. Shapes to shoot! Goal! A 2-goal lead and they're firmly in control. You don't keep those outs. He knew, he just knew.
Oh, what a hit, Peter, and there was nothing lucky about it, let me tell you. It was measured, it was simply inch perfect.
Arsenal have surely won it, or so you would think.
Well, that's a really bitter blow. I think it's going to be very hard for them to find the character to respond from that.
And he... Impressive jump! Relentless! Just relentless! It's all becoming so easy. And that will be the final act. Well, this is a side which is purring, picture perfect, to win they will relish, having pulverised what was put in front of them. It was a pulsating performance. The end of the game. Reflections?
Arsenal really were great today. They showed a lot of battling qualities required in a game like this, such as intensity, personality, a gritty spirit. I think this result was well merited.